Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Meena from Destination CEO on your favorite show. Better be favorite. Come on, I've been doing it for a while now. Mondays with Meena. I have a really awesome show for you planned today. You see, Mondays is usually very emotional. I've told you all this before, and most of you that join me know that I share a part of my life and my story with all of you. And I will do that. Maybe not today because I have a power pack session for you. Because many of you are reaching out to me, and one of the questions that is coming up for many of you, from many of you, is that you're feeling lost, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're going to all these sessions and you're getting so overwhelmed with so much information that it's just not, that you're just paralyzed with this much information, not moving forward. But guys, at the end of the day, it's about your personal accountability. If you have created a goal for yourself, if you have a dream and you don't do anything about that dream, how is that dream going to move forward? I have a story for you, and a beautiful story at that. And I dedicate it to the Black members of the society because, you know, there's a lot going on, and Black Lives Matters movement is big. Today, Dean Delpiche, my dear friend, shared with me that he was doing a special session on Friday for raising charity, for raising money for a movement called Black Boys Code. And I didn't even know that there was a foundation set up like that. So let me ask you this question. Why are you stuck with that I'm lost, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do situation? The question is, why can't you do it? So the story I have to share with you is one which is a huge success. A Black boy born in a very turbulent neighborhood, raised by a single mom, waited tables at Red Lobster, had a dream. He had a dream of starting his own apparel business, his own clothing line for youth. Now, remember I said, situation was really turbulent for him. It wasn't the best neighborhood to be born or be grown in. Most of his friends and his people that he knew did not live beyond mid-20s. So how did this man or this young boy, you know, with a dream of starting his own business, become one of the top billionaires or millionaires in America? Well, let's start with, not only was he Black and in a difficult neighborhood or waiting tables at Red Lobster, but he was also dyslexic. But he had a dream. So he shared his dream with his mom. Mom, I want to start an apparel business. So mom said, okay, well, you want to start an apparel business? Let me teach you how to sew. So he learned how to sew, and he started selling what he sewed. When he started selling, you know, he would have enough money to buy enough material to sell, and then the money he would raise by selling, he would bring back and buy more material, start sewing immediately, the very next hour, and start selling. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that person is Damon John, one of the most beloved Shark Tank's investors in the America. So the United States of America, okay. Emotional, right? So when he could do it with all of those challenges, what's stopping you? In his story, he says, that it's very important to have a dream. And the next very important thing is to find a mentor. Find somebody who's done it. Find somebody and ask them, how did you do it? I need help. Can you help me? Mentors don't want anything from you. The only thing that a mentor expects from you is perhaps gratitude, acknowledgement, pay it forward, give back. That's all they need from you. So today, as I'm starting this show, and I'm going to teach you a few very important aspects of how to move forward from that fear of being lost, or in that, in that overwhelmed state, into actually start taking steps to move forward. I have one request for you. For those of you that are here live, please like it. Please like this video. For those of you that will be watching a recorded version of this video, please like and comment. Share a little part of your story. I always read those comments. And you want to do it a little further, please like and share this video, be it the recorded version or this live version. Please share this recorded version so that members in your network who need to hear this message are able to hear this message, be motivated, and get out of this fear, the zone that they're stuck in. So I have a presentation to share with all of you, and I can assure you that there are going to be some technical difficulties, because that happens all the time, and because I'm going to be multitasking with different screens, that's definitely going to happen. So be patient with me, and make some notes today. You might need it. So I have some tips. I have the solution. I have an opportunity. Let's see how far you can take this, or we can take it together. So over to my next screen. Who is Damon John? Well, there he is. This is Damon John for you. And he says, life is a cruel teacher. She loves to give you the test first and the lesson later. Many times when we look back in our life and in our journey, many times we feel that there are things that, are going wrong. But when you look back, every single thing that happened in our life taught us a lesson. So have you taken that lesson? And if not, maybe today is the time that you reflect on your lesson. So welcome, Destination CEO friends. You are the CEO of your destiny. Let's talk about something that is really, really important. And as I said, I want to share with you resources. I'm going to share with you opportunities. So what are some of the resources? Well, COVID hit March 16th. That date is like really stretched in my brain. Why? Because I ended up getting pneumonia right as COVID started. And I haven't gone out of my house since March 16th, right? But what are some of the things I did as soon as I got better? I started reflecting on, oh my God, I missed so much time. I want to do so much. And I started talking to my mentors, and I started planning things, and I started doing things. And many of you have been a part of some of the things that I've done. And if not, come on, what are you waiting for? So step one, if all the hiring is happening on live, on videos, you know that even LinkedIn and all of the platforms, including Eventbrite, everybody has instilled video and online. Are you ready for your video presence? Are you camera ready? And if not, what's stopping you? Okay, stop fearing about what can go wrong. Right now, if I call you for your dream opportunity and you're not video ready, that means the 4 months that you've had to get camera ready has not been enough, right? So what does that say about you? So come on, get camera ready. Test your tech before your interviews. Things can go wrong. I told you, we're going to have technical difficulties, but not because I'm going to do something wrong. It's because LinkedIn does this to me. Technology isn't my friend sometimes. But I try as much as possible, and I hope you can see the screen. So test your tech before going into an interview. The worst thing you could do is during an interview, you say to the employer, give me 5 minutes, I'm just going to switch screens or switch laptops or do this phone, because the employer is going to think that you were not prepared. You didn't take the time to prepare. So test it. Dress up. Take the time to dress up. Why? Because A, dressing up will make you personally feel more confident, but also dressing up will make the employer feel that you actually care about this, right? Have a portfolio ready. What is a portfolio? Well, most employers or most job seekers are simply, preparing their interview answers and going through the motion. But if you have a portfolio, you have an online presence, and you say to the employer, is it okay if I can share my screen and show you some of the projects I've worked on? Imagine what a difference you're going to make in that interview. Now, you want to know how to fix it and, how to be camera ready. You want to know the technical and the lighting and all of that stuff. Well, we did a masterclass with one of my dear friends, Andrew Ainsworth, who's the Associate Dean at Humber College for Film and Television. And he talked about all of this, and it's available on Destination CEO's YouTube channel. I've been talking about it, and I've asked many of you to join the channel, to subscribe to the channel, to view these videos so that you're prepared. How many of you done it? Well, that's your personal accountability. I can only provide. I cannot make you drink the water, right? The second thing, have you done a complete assessment of what are some of the companies that have grown within these times? Hiring is happening. Work still needs to get done, regardless of the layoffs, regardless of the restructuring. Unless and until the company is actually closing, there is work that needs to be done. Yes, most of the people that are working from home, when I ask them, they're like working twice as hard. I'm working twice as hard. Why? Because there is so much work that needs to be done. Companies are large companies are posting that they are, people are taking sabbaticals, they're taking early retirement. Who do you think is going to do that work? Yeah, maybe stakeholders would like to see a bigger profit by seeing, less of liabilities or less of employees, but that work still needs to get done. So these large companies are going out for contractors. Find out who these companies are, where they're hiring. Glassdoor statistics indicate that there's a 32% increase in jobs within certain fields. So technology, crazy hiring in technology. So many companies are laying off. Yes, you have a strong competition. What are you going to do to make yourself stand out? How are you going to showcase your raw talent and your ambition together so that you can compete in today's market? Government is hiring. Okay, maybe they're not hiring for your dream job, but they're definitely hiring. Once you get your foot in the door, you can always pivot into other internal positions. So do an assessment of the organizations that are hiring and how you can get into those organizations, be it with your current skills, be it with your transferable skills. Don't be so focused on your technical skills or on the job title. Look at what is it that you have, and how can you get in your dream companies. LinkedIn does this great thing that every day they have a list of who's hiring in Canada. So if you are in Canada and you're looking for a job in Canada, check out that link. It's there in this presentation. And, for anybody that wants this presentation, you just have to direct message me and I will share it with you. But check out the link of who's hiring. What are they hiring for? What are those companies? What are those company values? Reach out to people and start applying for those positions. Now, another thing that everybody is struggling with is resumes. I mean, I did 4 resume masterclasses in just the last 2 weeks, and we had a great response. We did some for the community. We did some for just the Destination CEO participants. But at the end of the day, is your resume ready? Is your resume speaking to the artificial intelligence of the applicant tracking system? Does your resume have enough keywords to go through the screening of the human resource person who will be screening your resumes? And does your resume have enough material, enough stories to engage the hiring manager? Or is it just a piece of paper which has a lot of big words and jargon? So is your resume performance-based? Does it have accomplishments? And if not, what are you waiting for? Take some time and do it. How do you start creating your resume? Well, first you need to know about the keywords. So what are the keywords a company looks for? If you look at the bottom section where it's job requirements for any job position, you can identify those keywords. And then you want to use those keywords and translate that into your highlights of skills and qualifications. And then you use those same keywords and start making your accomplishments. And that's how you create a performance-based resume that engages not only that does not only gets through with the artificial intelligence, but also through from the human resources into the hiring manager's lap. I was talking to a hiring manager, a very senior professional, and he said, Meena, resumes that are coming to me, they just seem so technical. It's like they don't have a personality. I never heard about a resume having a personality. But when it's coming from a hiring leader who's such a big personality in Canada, it makes me think, yes, what is it lacking? I was looking at somebody's resume, and she's a phenomenal designer, user experience designer. And guys, if you're in the Vancouver area looking for a UI UX designer, connect with me. But when she sent me her resume and I looked at it and I'm like, if you're a designer, why is your resume so black and white? Why is your resume so basic? Why don't you have a resume that looks like a designer resume? And then she showed me her original resume. And I'm like, girl, this is what you need. Now, if you take this resume and apply for any UI UX design position, they're going to look at it and say, wow, that's somebody we need to talk to because her resume looks so stunning. Imagine the skills she brings to the table. So assess what is it that the employer is looking for, and then create your resume. But please don't take months to create your resume. Create something, apply. You apply for 10, 15 positions. If you don't receive a response, you know something's missing, right? So apply, no reply. We'll find out why there's no reply. Another thing, optimize your LinkedIn profile. We've done 3-4 masterclasses on LinkedIn. I hope that you've attended some. And if not, go on to Destination CEO's YouTube channel and check out those masterclasses. We had Dean Delpish do a masterclass. I did a masterclass. Halim Ibrahim from LinkedIn did a masterclass. Different versions of masterclasses, different tips and tricks. So many of you go to these classes and you're learning these awesome skills. Why is it taking you so much time to start implementing it? So see, one of the biggest challenges that we have, and hey, you're not the only one, I'm just the same, is that we want to do so much and we We just want to do so much, right? We live in that thinking phase of, oh, I need to do this because this is how I need to perfect it. And this is how we spend so much time in figuring out that perfection. By the time we want to actually start implementing, somebody else has already beaten us. It happens to me all the time, and it's still happening to me. But at the end of the day, who can I blame for that? Except myself. It's my personal accountability. So you guys all know how your resume should be. Create it, send it out. You guys all know that hiring is happening on LinkedIn. If your LinkedIn profile is still a student profile, my darlings, nobody is looking for a student. People are looking for professionals. It's a professional network. So what are those keywords that need to be implemented in your LinkedIn profile? And how do you optimize it? Now is the time to get it done. Please stop waiting, because the longer you wait, the faster these positions are going. Okay? And check out the masterclass. I highly recommend it. Everybody talks about the hidden job market. Everybody talks about the fact that, really only 30% of the jobs are really posted. And out of those 30% of the positions that are posted, 10, 15% are already taken. Well, of course they're already taken. Why? If there's an internal employee who's been working in the company before you and has the skills or has, the passion, they're probably going to be preferred over somebody who's completely new to the organization. Of course, the position will be posted because that's the human resource standard for most organizations. But that doesn't mean the position's open. So how do you get in front of those employers and start digging out those hidden positions? How do you start making those connections? Remember what I said? Ask people. Ask for help. So because I received so many of your messages, and many of you were simply sending me your profiles and saying, I'm looking for a job. This is my profile. Can you help me? Yeah, I can. But when I'm calling you 2 Mondays with Meena, or when I'm calling you for my classes and you don't have the time, then why am I going to take the time to help you? So if you were an employer, think about it. Thousands, hundreds of people are sending their resumes to you. What's going to make you look at their resume? It's really going to be the approach. So build a relationship before you start sending out your resumes and asking people to review your profile. What's in it for them? Put yourself in the hiring manager's shoe. Would you? I guess you know the answer. Let's talk about some of the hiring statistics. So this is one of my favorite slides because I'll tell you why. Applicant tracking systems, companies post positions, right? And they post positions because they receive thousands of resumes and they want to reduce that application. So they use applicant tracking system because then they're able to screen out resumes. So let's talk about Monster. Monster is a platform that is a paid platform for employers. It's like a resume database. And their stats are that for every single position, on an average, they receive 250 resumes. So on a weekly basis, Monster receives 427,000 resumes. What's your competition going to be like if it's only going to be your single source of job search? Fine, you're using Indeed as well. Well, let's talk about Indeed then. Indeed says on an average, there are 1,000 views to each position that is posted. And from the 1,000 views, 200 people actually start the application process. Just like many of you who are watching this video, probably going to watch this video. You heard that I would like you to like, comment, share. Many of you may not do it. Why should you? What's in it for you? Well, that's true. There's nothing in it for you, except the person who might watch this video and say, hey, I get that. I get why I need to do what she's talking about, because there is probably some value in it. So again, 200 people start their application. 100 actually complete that application. And 75 out of those 100 are screened out because they don't have keywords. I remember one time in one of my previous jobs, we were looking for a tech project manager from the tech field. I received so many project manager resumes. I think, let's say on an average, I received 100 resumes. And out of that, only 3 were tech project managers. Everybody else came from the civil engineering background. That clearly said, people are not reading the job descriptions. So this is your career, guys. You have to invest the time to make it happen. It's not that it's not happening because of COVID or because of this. Yeah, those things play a little bit in your job search. It's not happening because maybe, just maybe, you're missing 1 or 2 points. Not saying that is the case for every single one of you, okay? But that if you're missing 1 or 2 points in the whole scheme of job search, then you are missing something and you want to look into it and figure it out. So 75 resumes get screened out. 25 get to the human resources professional, and out of 25, only 6 are called for the interview. 1 job offer is made. So if you've gotten the call for an interview, know that you're one of the hundreds that have applied for that position. And now is your opportunity to take it to the next level. I was talking to you about the portfolio. So here I am sharing with you a portfolio that was created by one of my game programming students. So many years ago, I taught in the game programming program in my current college. And traditionally, there have been very few that have been employed from that program because, you know, it's one of those demanding markets where positions are very few, but graduates are so many because almost everybody, all the youth want to either make or play games, right? So video games. So I had this young gentleman whose experience was only working as a chef, and his passion was working for one of the AAA game studios. Well, at that point, it wasn't AAA that mattered, but the fact that he wanted to become, he was doing game programming, he was really passionate, he was really skilled, and he really wanted a job in his passion. And all of his background was basically in cooking and work for Swiss Chalet. So he created this portfolio for his dream company where it looked like the website. He put in an index. He put in his credible introduction. If you don't know what a credible introduction is by now, well, that's something that you should learn. And it's in one of my videos, again, on the YouTube channel. Check it out. So put in his credible introduction, asking for a few minutes of the employer's or the dream boss's time to review it. He put information about the company, put in information and made it really visual about some of the games that was done by this company in Toronto, and said, you know, showcase what his dream job was, which is with one of his accomplishments, what his passion was. You know, we're talking about that personality. Put in his personality in this, his passion. And then he did my skills, and his skills were relevant to a game programmer's skill set that is required within that company. Guess what? They loved his portfolio, and he's been working there since 2015. Yes, 5 years. So he's grown, of course. But do you have a portfolio? Do you have something that can take you one step above your basic resume? And if you do, please have it ready for your next interview. Another thing, get a mentor. Get many mentors. In my career, I've had so many mentors. Right? One that I'd like to mention today, specifically highlight, is Andrew Cosolo. I love Andrew Cosolo. If Andrew Cosolo would not have come into my life, I probably wouldn't be here. Andrew Cosolo was a project manager at a company called Soft Choice. His heart, he wants to, he loves to give back. He wanted to give an opportunity to a newcomer to work within his organization. Not one, a few. So he reached out to me. I used to work for a nonprofit right next door to him. He reached out to me, shared his passion, said, you know, this is what we're looking for. These are the skill set. And I'd really like to help out newcomers if you know anyone. Well, I didn't. But what did I do? I found out that there was a bridging program called .NET Bridging Program at Humber College. Reached out to the program coordinator and got him to send his entire graduating class to my nonprofit. And right in the session, I taught them interview skills and I sent them for interviews with Andrew and his team. Guess what? 4 people out of that group got hired. Andrew and I started building that relationship. Andrew moved on. I moved on. Andrew, because I did that, that program coordinator remembered me and remembered my success story. So when he had a position for a job developer and a career coach, guess what he did? He called me. He asked me if I wanted to work for him, if I wanted to work with him. And I did. And that was 11 years ago, over a decade. And yes, those are usually contractual positions. But had Andrew not come into my life, I would have never done that. So Andrew and I built that relationships. As he moved and as he grew in his career, we always kept in touch. He wanted to go into recruitment. He reached out to me. I had experience running a recruitment agency. I shared, my tips and tricks. He went on to working with Loblaws. He reached out to me. He helped, again, other newcomers and new grads get into. And today, Andrew is in transition. So guys, if there's any employer out here that is looking for an amazing tech project manager, I know one. It's Andrew Cosolo. Please let me know. I'd love to introduce you to him. So mentors, they give back because they want to give back out of their passion. What you do, you build a relationship. Mentors are not there for a season. It's not when you need something, you reach out to somebody, they help you out, and then you're like, okay, bye-bye, I don't need you anymore. No, build that relationship. I have my mentors from the past 40 years. Yeah, okay, I don't want to tell you my age, but I do. Do you? Another reason why I brought up mentors is because yesterday was Father's Day. And I saw many posts on LinkedIn, on different platforms of social media, talking about how their fathers were their first mentors. I know mine was. Dinesh Sharma mentioned in his post, posting a beautiful picture about his dad and his brothers. My dad was my hero. My father, yeah, he struggled, he hustled. He had a phenomenal business in the Middle East, in Dubai. But when Gulf War hit, he lost everything. He was deported back to India. That didn't kill his dream. He knew he had to hustle. He knew he had to take care of his family. So somebody who ran a business, had people work under him, started a cart on the street with my mom in the heat in India and would sell Indian snacks. Yeah, it's emotional. My dad did a lot. And yes, he was my first mentor. Whenever I go through struggles, I always think about, the struggles he went through. And he pivoted, he moved, he did so much. He ended up having a flourishing business later. But, like Damon John said, life is a cruel teacher. Yeah, it's a cruel teacher. But those lessons that I learned from him are what makes me move forward every single day. You all have such mentors in your life. Just like how we posted our father's photograph yesterday. And we called our dads and we thanked them for being there in our lives and for being such rocks. Do that for your mentors too. They'll appreciate it. Trust me. All right. Okay. So, see, that's why Mondays are emotional, because it takes me back in a journey that I don't want to go through, but I'm here to give. So I'm giving. I hope you appreciate it. So once you've done all of that and you've gotten your constructive feedback and you've gotten the power, start power prospecting, start building your network, start talking to people who've done it, start asking them, how did you do it? I'm stuck over here. How can I pivot? How can I move forward? Research on organizations and do it authentically. Because if you're going to send that same cookie cutter message, you're not connecting with the hearts of people. And you need to. I'll help you because I care. You'll help me because you got something out of it. Today, I know that I have worked with thousands of you, thousands of people. And today, any participant of mine that reaches out to any of my connections and say, Meena referred me, if they have studied under me, if they have been connected with me, they know who Meena is. They know why you're reaching out. So what have you done to make that connection authentic? And if not, what's stopping you? So make those connections. Reach out to people. Share your stories. That's why I said to all of you, if you're watching this video, the recorded version, and later on in the day, share your story. And don't share it just with me. Share it with the world, because it's those guys that are going to read your story, either going to be inspired and motivated by your journey, or they're going to connect with you and ask you how they can help you. So share the message, right? Attend these virtual networks, employer engagement, ask people for informational interviews, and then thank them. Like, for example, you're attending so many sessions, right? Many of you have told me you've attended this session, you've attended that virtual meeting. I mean, you've attended many of my sessions too. So how many of you have actually done the deed of engaging or simply saying thank you for that session? Very few. I could tell you because I know. Take a picture. Take a picture of the session, post it, and put something that you learned. Tag the person who was talking. Tag one of the speakers. What happens? Let me tell you what's in it for you. Well, the minute you tag that person, not only will that person look at your profile, but so will their entire network. And if you've put something that you've learned from that session, then it's going to take it to a next level of engagement. So start doing that. Don't just blindly register for everything and show up for everything. Take it one step up. Even if there was one learning, use that learning, talk about that learning, pivot your profile. You've already optimized it because that was long back, right? So, Destination CEO statistics. I teach you guys portfolio. I teach you guys all of this. And I know it's a lot of work, but that research, that little step up, that's going to get you the level. So where I showed you the applicant tracking system, if you were to follow all of these things that I've just taught you, that I've just spoken about, you're going to, I guarantee you, 100% engagement. Why? Because you took the effort to make your connection authentic. You took the effort to create something specifically for that organization or that particular employer, regardless of who that person is. Because you took the effort, they are going to take the effort, even if it is, thank you for creating this. And if you want testimonials, check out our website. Check out my recommendations on my LinkedIn profile. If you're not connected with me, well, get connected. What are you waiting for? I'm sharing so many resources. So Destination CEO statistics, 100% engagement, 100% involvement, and 25, well, okay, not in this case, what, 80% relationship. Build them. It's all in your hands. I have a special message from my Destination CEO mentors, and I'm going to show you that message because I cannot, this is where the technical difficulties happen. So at the end of this show, I will play that message for all of you. So the key to success is action. And the essential in action is perseverance. I'm not saying that every person you reach out to is going to respond to you in the way you want them to respond. I'm not saying that every position you apply for is going to accept you just because you did all of those things. But I am saying to you that if you stop, then you stop. If you don't persevere, you can't move forward because you stopped. Why did you stop? It's a question you ask yourself. Started off with, why can't I do it? Why can't you do it? Why? Make that question so important to yourself that you ask people. And I can assure you, you do it properly, they will make it happen for you. Many of my mentors, many of my mentors, besides guidance, have created opportunities for me. When Nitin Dora, I reached out to him, I was confused. I was working, I started off as an admin, I went into employment counseling, then I went into business development. I was confused when I wanted to restart my career. I'd done recruitment, I'd done a bunch of things. So I needed a mentor to guide me. And a friend of mine, Kuljinder Lal, who's currently with Sheridan College, he and I had started our careers together. So he suggested I speak to Nitin. Nitin Dora is a program manager for a nonprofit called Dixie Blue Neighborhood Services, a fantastic nonprofit. So I reached out to him and I said, Nitin, I have all of this various experience. I really want to go back into employment. I really enjoyed making a difference in people's careers, but I don't know how to get started. The first thing he did was he restructured my resume. He guided me, but he also created an opportunity for me to be a mentoring coach for a short-term period with Dixie Blue. So that not only can I build my confidence, a lot had happened between the time I left and the time I reached out, but that's for another time. But not only did he create the opportunity, not only did it help me build my confidence and make some money, but also get immediate experience so that I can apply for other positions. And in fact, he was the one who referred me to JobStart, which was where I started my career as a job developer for the very first time, 11 years ago, 12 years ago. So you never know the kind of relationship you build with mentors. And so many Destination CEO participants, it's the relationship that they build with mentors, that the mentors either hire them, refer them, help them. They're all in it to help you. But you have to take the initiative. You have to be authentic. So I talked about the opportunities and resources. Of course, I gave you all the resources before. And because I am talking about resumes and LinkedIn, for you especially, I am hosting an event. I thought about it last night, so I have a lot of work to do this week. But I thought about it last night, and I put a post out there to reach out to all the mentors and career coaches and human resource professionals and hiring managers and ask them, can you guys donate your lunch hour to Destination CEO on Friday, June 22nd, which is the upcoming Friday, to give back to the community by giving one-on-one feedback on their resumes and LinkedIn. So your job is firstly to connect with me and follow me, but secondly is to stay tuned, because I'll be posting about our Resumania, which is happening on June 26th in the next couple of days. You're going to have a small window of opportunity to register for it. So connect with me, follow me so that you can sign up. There's not going to be a lot of room, and I'm going to try that every single person that does join gets at least 2 feedback. So two leaders feedback, right? So sign up, but remember, if you're signing up, you need to show up. Don't sign up just because it's a free event. Be mindful. I'll appreciate that. And I'm sure the others that'll hear about it at the last minute will appreciate that. And yes, we need to have your webcams on. So make sure you do the camera ready masterclass and you're ready for it. Another thing that I bring to you is on July 11th, a speed mentoring session. That's where you're going to meet with a bunch of mentors, a large group. There's going to be hiring managers. There's going to be a lot of industry leaders. So you got to be ready for July 11th. And the only way you can get it is by registering to this event. And yes, it's not set up yet. It will set up soon. But usually I only do like a 2-week notice or maybe a 10-day notice. So you got to follow me and you got to see what I'm up to. Another thing, many of you are reaching out to me for time. And I keep saying that I'm trying to maximize the time that I spend with all of you, and also creating events and engaging with employers so I can bring the best of the best to you. So if you want to spend time with me and you want to learn more about our Career Accelerator Program, then please sign up for our orientation session. Every Sunday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I host an orientation session where I talk to you. It's interactive, it's live, it's on Zoom. And I get to know more about you. You get to know more about me. You get to know about the different, about this particular program, the different mentors that are involved, what to expect in terms of support. Yes, this is a paid program. We are a social enterprise, but there are costs to running everything. So, but we have slashed the prices by 85%. And if you join in, you get all the master classes, the backstage classes, the one-on-one with mentors, the one-on-one with me, and there's so much more that you get out of it. So you want to know more, you want to engage with me, sign up for our Sunday session that will be coming soon. All right, so that is one way. Another thing, how do you connect with me? Well, here's the QR code. I know that most of you are already connected with me, but for those of you that are watching this recorded session from somebody else, my name is Meena Dolwani. I am the founder and CEO of Destination CEO. Here is the code, and here is my LinkedIn link. Please connect with me. I'd love to get to know you better. Now, any questions? So I'm going to close this screen so that I can connect and check out your questions. Here's my contact details, by the way. Yeah, I'm sure you have a telephone. You could take a picture of this. Or if you're watching a recorded session, you know where to find it. Or Google my name. I think I'm quite visible. Wow. So now looking at all of that. Oh my God, what's with my hair? So there haven't been a lot of comments, which is fine. Do you have any questions for me? So here is a question that says, how to secure an interview from the aerospace companies in Canada while you're in India? Your Canadian PR application is in process. Will any employer take interest in offering a job to expedite my PR? Well, Venkatesh, unfortunately, I don't do anything with PR. So that's something that you'll need to find out from an immigration consultant or stuff. As far as job search is concerned, like I said, I just did an entire presentation about authenticity, about mentors, about how to make connections. I want you to use some of those skills, some of those new learnings, and reach out to people and ask these questions. Any leads for corporate strategy or strategy consulting opportunities? Once again, Shreya, it's same thing. I know a way to job search, consulting, corporate strategy. That's industry specific. Just reach out, ask people, ask for guidance, ask people who are doing that job, and I'm sure you're going to get a lot of information. All right, so there were not too many questions. Now, I have a message for all of you that are still here from all of our mentors. So I hope that you'll be able to hear this video now.
Probably the most important thing that you should keep in mind is not to be negative about the situation you're in. And I know that's difficult, but you have to keep reminding yourself why you're in it, right? You're in it because you want to get a job, secure a future, and progress, right? Among all the other side benefits that come from it. It's very easy to double second guess, wonder about whether you're qualified, and a whole bunch of other things that come with that situation. So my counsel to you would be, don't do that. Reach out to each other, and always get up in the morning and look in the mirror and be proud of who you are and what you bring to the table.
The 3 points. First, know your market, know your audience, know your target audience, who you are trying to know, who are the hiring managers. And that's number one, do some research on that. Number two is, know what their current needs are, what their pain points are. If you can really know that, it will resonate very well. Third, related to Biju's point, what's your uniqueness? Don't forget that even if there are some negative, outcome in some cases, refine your uniqueness and stick to that story. Define that story and then keep telling people your story. It will resonate.
I think when we start talking, and I've spoken to over 12 different individuals today, and the common theme is that you're getting to hear similar kind of challenges and everything else. And the thing I want to point out is that you're not alone. All of those individuals that are here, none of you guys are alone. You've now got a family and a number of contacts that you can leverage on. I would ask you to learn at every opportunity. Embrace the change, embrace the guidance that the mentors are giving you. Stay positive, and good things will come in due course.
Stay strong, stay positive. You need only one job. There are thousands of jobs there, and you just need one job, and that's going to come to you one day. Just be positive, and somebody will see you, and somebody will give you a job. Have trust in yourself.
If you're doing things and you're not getting the outcome you want, I'm going to say take a step back, look at your assumptions and challenge them. You know, think about what is the principle. Go to first principles and then build back up. Maybe your house, you know, has a weak foundation, so rebuild the foundation. So I think look at your assumptions, rework them, challenge them. You know, talk to people, and then rebuild your house, and you might find a different outcome.
In rebuilding that house, you must be aware of your mental status in terms of being able to temper the outcomes that you want. So, you may be a programmer and you want to get a programming job, but none comes to you directly. You may end up being a tester or a QA person. I'd like to just say that, you know, one of the major things, we all go through some sort of mental disposition in our life because we don't get the outcomes that we want immediately. So I think the biggest thing that I could say to everyone is that, you know, always temper your outcomes with, the road where you want to get to may not always be straight. It will go in different directions, and you should be open enough to accept some of those directions that will eventually get you to where you end up.
Job search is quite a bit of a self-discovery process. So you need to really put a work that not always is easy, and put a mirror, as Amir said. Sometimes you need to reflect, and sometimes you need to kind of look at things that maybe are not where they should be, or where you want to have them in your personal sort of skill set and toolkit. So it is important to be very honest with yourself. You will be getting a lot of advice, and I want you to be open and listen to everything. Some advice is very generic, might not sound like it's fitted for your situation. Try to find seeds in every single advice that might be helpful to you. That's that kind of discovery process that you can get out of it. But then adjust it and pick and choose, customize to your own situation. So you are not really as going where the wind goes, but have a certain stance of your goals, your dreams, your path, and what is suitable for you, what not. Job search is personal, a very personal journey, but it's always nicer and easier to do it in a context of community. So events like this, or being part of groups that support job seekers, are very important, because sometimes you need somebody to tell you, don't worry. Anna said, it's probably nothing you never heard before. Be positive. It's not easy, but you need to hear it sometimes, right? When you're going through tough times, applying, not getting response. So having this community of people who are supporting you as mentor or mentors, and as well other job seekers, are really, really good, for that emotional support and advice. So don't try to do it all by yourself. Rely on mentors and network. You can learn as well from other job seekers. So do leverage opportunity to be part of bigger group of job seekers, having mentor or mentors, and really take it as a personal journey of discovery.
So I hope that you guys learned from it. Remember, at the end of the day, the question I asked you in the beginning, why can't I do it? Why can't you do it? Have a dream. Get some mentors and hustle like there's no tomorrow. Thank you very much. This is Meena Dolwani from Destination CEO. And all I request you, like, comment if you want to do a little more. And if you want to give back, share this video with those in your network so that something from this video can help them get out of the struggle or the stop that they're feeling right now. Share your story with me. Share your story, regardless, and I'm sure you'll make a huge difference. Thank you again, and I hope to see you soon. Have a beautiful start to this wonderful week. Remember, you are the CEO of your destiny.